What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a Serpentine tensioner. Wait, I said that wrong. We're doing a supercharger tensioner and then a crank pulley or drive belt tensioner for the B8 Audi S4. And I have two parts right over here. So this is what I have here. I have the supercharger tensioner as well as the crank tensioner. Of course, two triple square bolts, and also bought a Kevlar drive belt. So this should be pretty strong and sturdy. It has a nice red color to it as well. And I believe one of these two comes with the supercharger drive belt, but I already have an aftermarket drive belt, so we're gonna leave this one alone. But we have a fresh one if anything happens. And this shouldn't be too bad of an install, so let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so you will have to put the car in service position. If this is your first time working on an Audi, then service position may be kind of difficult for you. But essentially, the front bumper is coming down, and we're going to drop the whole front end just a little bit to make space to actually get to all of our supercharger pulleys and tensioners and things like that. So that's all down that area. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so there's three main things you're gonna need for this job. First things first, a basic toolkit with a variety of ratchets and sockets. Then of course you'll need a set of Torx bits. If you're working on German cars, they're all Torx bits. So Torx bits right here, and then of course the sockets over here for the Torx bits. And then last thing you need is a set of triple squares. Most of the tools or screws in the engine bay obtaining to the actual pulleys and things like that are triple square bits, so you don't want to mess or strip in those out using a Torx bit. So get a set of triple squares. All right, so let me walk you through putting the car in service position. And the main thing here is that my car is missing quite a few bolts and screws, so some things may not be similar to your car. This is an Audi S4, yours may be an A6 or a variety of different cars that have the same type of hardware, but just kind of go with the flow and you'll figure it out pretty easily. Well, first things first is this panel right here. If you have an air box, you may have to remove that as well. I have a cold air intake or RAM air intake, so I have to worry about that. But these are all T30s right here. There's one here, two, supposed to be there, 3, 4. Move all those real quick. And this tray right here will just slide right on off. Move this out the way. All right, for the bumper, let's go step by step. First off, on this side over here, your car has to be jacked up for this whole process, so make sure you do that. All right, for the bumper, over here, we have the fender liner. All right, so for the fender liner, you're gonna need a T25. Mine is kind of torn up, missing some bolts, and these could vary between T25, T30s, and so on. Just have the whole set ready. But just one here, and kind of peel this backwards. All right, once that's off, you peel this one backwards. You should see the actual bumper mount right here. There's two nuts. There's one T10 right there, and there's a similar one right through here. It should be there at least. There's also a 10mm, that giant nut right there in the back. Zoom in on it real quick. That nut right there in the back is a 10mm, and that should be the only thing holding it all together. All right, so I got both of those bolts out, and you can see that this part right here will just wiggle out. So there it is. Go. That is the mount there, and then last thing is that bolt's up there, that 10mm. And I use a double extension to actually reach it, so one 6-inch and one 3-inch. And then repeat that process on both sides. Next thing up is at the bottom of the car, and I promise you this is the hardest part of the whole job, which is service position. Everything else is pretty standard. But there's going to be a mount right here for under tray pin, which I have to remove. Mine is clearly missing, as well as a couple of fasteners, one here, one over here as well. Mine is ripped off, and then maybe some more things over here. But just go along and take out all these bolts that hold the front bumper in place. So I just have this one right here to remove, which is a T10, I believe. All right, last thing with the bumper are these two little ones right here. So just tab here, T25 by the way, and then one more over here, same thing, T25. All right, so the bumper is now free to come out. There's two things that I recognize, which is the headlight or fog light bulbs on both sides, which are still connected. So once you kind of break it loose, so from grip here and just wiggle it, there we go. Then you just have the fog light bulbs, which are down there. Just twist those out. And I only have one hand, but these are the bulbs here. They sit in the actual compartment right there. Simply just take it and twist it like this to the left, pull it out, and set them to the side. And that is the bumper off. All right, so with the bumper off, going to need a 16 with an extension and a breaker bar. And we're taking out 3 big bolts. There's, show you, so here's the front of the car. I'm gonna go down here under the crash bar. There's 1 bolt here, 1 bolt here, and then 1 bolt right through here under the headlight. Those are all 16s. You need a pretty long extension to reach those bolts. And it's the same thing on both sides. So breaker bar and crack those things loose. All right, so that side is out. This side, there may be like an air scoop in the way, kind of have to push this out or kind of take it off from the, I think the oil cooler right there. And behind there, you'll find the exact same bolts and such. Same process, 2 of them, T16s, 16mm socket, and then 1 up here right through the headlight mount in there. And I took my wind deflector off right here, or air scoop right here. You kind of just have to grab the oil cooler and literally just shove this thing to the right. And I broke like 2 clips off, but it slides back on just fine. But that gives you clearance to actually get to those 2 bolts that I took out right there. And you want that clearance because if you're not looking at it correctly, you might strip these bolts. And you don't want to strip these. Of course, the one right there, super easy to get to. And last thing that I do is this part right here. So there is a T30 that sits right here and right here. Those are the only thing holding up the actual, the front end of the car pretty much. So once that drops, the whole thing drops. So you wanna have a hand right here on the crash bar, unbolt, pull out and gently set it down. And before we actually do that, let's actually take off the 2 things real quick. All right, first thing is this hose right here. So on your expansion tank, come right here, take a little flathead and pop this up right here. Boom. And it should just come right on off. Oh, uh-oh. Make sure you depressurize the coolant system first. That always helps to not do that right there. So you depressurize that first and then pull that off. All right, next thing up is the actual headlights. Those right there. All right, the headlights are pretty easy. There's a simple pop tab on there. You kind of need 2 hands for this, but 1 hand to use the flathead, the other hand to pull it out. Pulls out just like that. And the same thing on the other side. All right, headlights are unhooked. That's unhooked as well. Last thing is to take out these 2 T30s. Hand on the crash bar, of course. This T30 here as well. And so just pull it out and let it drop down just a little bit. And that just slides down just like that. You can get quite a bit of space with this on out. And now we have all the space we need to actually work and get these tensioners out. All right, first things up is the supercharger belt. I have a 5/8 right here, and that tensioner is sitting right here. So something get the 5/8 in there, crank it to the left. And a tensioner wrench is ideal, but I think I left mine in a whole different city. So this breaker bar will have to do. Might have trouble clearing the actual radiator fan, but just go ahead and squeeze it on in there. Now that's in there, you crank to the left, loosen the tension, and then slip the belt right on off. Here we go. Just like that. And this belt comes right on out just like that. Set that one to the side. And next we have to do our crank tensioner, which is this one here. Or where is that? Yep, it's right tucked behind this piping here, which is gonna be pretty tricky to get to. And the crank tensioner is a 17mm. Actually go ahead and set it right here on there first, and then put our breaker bar in and crack everything loose. Now there's gonna be 1 bolt right here on the actual supercharger coolant holes. You can take that bolt out, it's a T20, and that'll give you more space to actually flex the pipe to get your 17mm on the tensioner. And with this tensioner here, I got it on there. Simply just crank it down this way. You see how it loosens up a little bit and simply just slip the belt off. Same as the supercharger. All right, so I got the wrench actually stuck behind the coolant hoses for the supercharger, but I went ahead and just unclipped these two hoses here to make space. And now I can take out this wrench right here. So we get a little bit of coolant loss, but not too much. Now, because my car is upgraded, I actually had to take off the crank pulley, which is this right here. This is a dual pulley setup to get out my, what is this, Serpentine belt. So I'm gonna take the crank pulley off, and that should free up all the space I need to get the belt from between there, as you see. And once I get that done, we can start on the tensioners. All right, so on my end, I took out some of my crank pulley bolts to make space for the belt to slip through. Now I just had to take off this idler pulley here for the supercharger. And this right here for mine is a, what is this? A M10. That's for mine, but yours may possibly be a Torx. These are already new and replaced. But yeah, it's either a Torx or a triple square. This is an M10 triple square. Once this comes off, the belt should clear out the way. So it'll just fit snugly into the idler pulley. There we go. So we'll take that off, slip the belt off, and then we finally have space to work on the tensioners. All right, there we go. Idler is loose, and we're just making space to get the belt to slip through here. So I actually leave it on, and I left all but one crank pulley bolt on because you have to actually get that timed correctly for it to sit on there properly. And this will just slip right through here. Perfect. And the bottom part of it has to come through as well, like so. Boom, now the belt is completely free. Toss this to the side. Now let's finally work on the tensioners. All right, so we get to the tensioner for the Serpentine belt. There's actually a little small black cap on here. Take a flathead and pop that off, and I'll give you access to the bolt. And then same thing over here inside the car is a small black cap that needs to be popped off for the tensioner. And this one is just free floating. It's completely open for the supercharger. Now for the Serpentine belt, this belt is actually a Torx bit and it is a T50. That will fit in there pretty snugly. And for the supercharger tensioner, that is a triple square. And you need a, what is this, an M10 triple square for that one. Let's go take those other ones out. And we're going to use a breaker bar to get this one loose. So simply slide it in where it needs to go and crank it loose. And that came loose pretty easy with the breaker bar. There we go. Old tensioner out. And let's go slap the new one in. And what's cool about these is that these pins are actually self-tensioners. So once you get everything bolted down, get the belts on, and then you pull these pins, and it'll go ahead and snap into place and tighten all of the belts up. And if you're wondering how to align the tensioner, there's a little groove on the back. That will sit into this little notch right, where we at? Right there at the bottom of the bolt hole. It's gonna sit right in that notch. Once it sits in there, go ahead and torque it down. There we go, got the tensioner in. And all you're doing here is letting it sit in that groove. And then what you do is you rotate the actual tensioner until the bolt lines up with it. And then I'm just gonna run it in and let it align itself into place. And for torque spec, we're gonna go ahead and do 25 millimeters for this one right here. And then I believe 23 for the supercharger, but 23 to 25 is the range we're looking for here. Have the torque wrench here. Let's get it torqued down real quick. All right, so the supercharger tensioner is torqued down. Let's go ahead and do the crank pulley. So pop that cap off like we discussed earlier. Right there, use a flathead and pop that on out. All right, so the cap is off and there is our torque spit. Let's go break that loose with the breaker bar. All right, you guys can't see it very well, but just breaking loose that tensioner. There we go. And this is a super easy job. The only issue with the whole job is that most of these parts are back ordered. I would have had these tensioners done when I went dual pulley and replaced all the other idler pulleys, but it took, I think it was ECS between like 3 months to ship these out. So that's why I have to come back, take the whole car apart again and do it now. There we go. And let's get this out of here. All right, new tensioner going in, and same concept, has a little notch on here to line it in the right place, and the bolt will follow. So we'll get that notch first, and then we can go ahead and snug the bolt. And so let's pull the bolt out some more. Put the bolt stuck in there with this one. So let's go ahead and get the bolt started first, and then we'll line that groove up. That's how we'll do it. And we can torque it to the same thing. 25 Newton meters, around 18 pounds. There we go. Boom, so tensioners are now in place. Let's go ahead and slap the belts back on. We have our new Kevlar drive belt that I'm excited to put on. And I'm gonna put the belt diagram on the screen so you guys can see. Just go ahead, screenshot that or pause it to help you put the belt back on. But yeah, I'll slip it on real quick. And do not pull those pins until all the belts are on, all right? All right, so Serpentine is back on. I have my crank pulley all torqued down. I'm gonna torque down this idler pulley here. If you remove anything, idler pulley, water pump, make sure you torque those back down to spec. This one's about 25 Newton meters, I believe, for this one here, 18 foot-pounds or so. All right, now it's time for the supercharger belt. I'll put the diagram back on the screen, same thing as well. And you should not have had to remove anything for the supercharger belt. It should have slipped back on with no issues at all. Go ahead and slip that on. There. Make sure it's on each one of the, there we go. Much more space now. All right, so all the belts should be on. Last thing is to pull tension. Make sure everything is torqued down to spec. 25 foot-pounds for pretty much everything down here. I mean, 25 Newton meters for pretty much everything down here, a nice little quarter turn. And that is pretty much it. Let's pull these pins out. All right, so for the actual pin on the tensioner, for the automatic tensioner, go ahead and take a 5/8 and loosen tension on the pin. That way it should be able to slide or slip easily out. And we can release and provide tension. Here we go. There we go. And now we should be able to pull that pin out. Let's see. There we go, just like that. Now, tension on the supercharger belt. Nice and snug, I think. Same thing on this side with a 17. All right, loosen tension and then pull that pin out. Once it's out, let's go ahead and make everything nice and snug. Boom. And that's how you place the tensioners on a B8 Audi S4. All right, so last thing to do is just put the car back together. And I usually have somebody else help me out with the service position because it is quite heavy in the front. So I have somebody lift up from the crash bar while you bolt down the supports. And of course, connect all of your hoses back onto where they belong, plug in your headlights. And if you did unclip your coolant hoses, go ahead and top off the coolant and bleed your supercharger as well. Bolts are in the back over there. And I believe you should be good to go. And make sure you've bolted down everything properly, torqued into spec. And because you don't want to do this all again. You don't want to start it up and hear something rattling and see something shaking. You have to take the car back apart just to tighten out one set of bolts. So double check everything before you go. If you have any questions about the tensioner job or about the car in general, drop them down in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer those questions. Also have the tools and all the parts linked down below in the comment section as well. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Other than that, thanks for watching.